Is this thing on? Butt plug. Check 1 2 1 2. Hey everyone. Greetings to my friends and my enemies. Welcome back to Garden. Man, we're really getting close to the end here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right there. If you missed the live read of the last chapter, I realized that I did that live on Twitch and then it didn't get uploaded to YouTube, so I'm gonna have to re-upload that. So we're skipping. It looks like we're skipping a chapter, but we did read it. It was just on Twitch, and I forgot to upload it, and now I can't get it back from Twitch because Twitch deletes after a certain amount of time. It's a whole thing, but I'll do it as a standard upload.
But this is also why you should follow us on Twitch.
This is why you should follow us on Twitch. If you've been following the readings, you're absolutely addicted to my story because, I mean, well, why wouldn't you be?
Mason.
That's so sloppy. Mason, everything about my life is sloppy. Have you met me? Thank you for being here, my friend.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. I hope you're having a very blessed day, Mr. In the Dark. What the hell?
He said, I follow them on Twitter and I'm blind. What's your excuse?
I think you meant to say Twitch, but that's okay.
Same difference. Follow us all the places.
Follow us all the places. I do post when we're going live on the Twitch to my personal Twitter.
Yes.
Yes. So that is the best place to follow us if you're trying to catch the lives. Is the Tweedles.
Aww. He said it's been a bellyache of a day, to be honest, buddy. Glad you didn't mind.
He didn't say bellyache. He said ball ache. Do not censor the man.
I read it wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, I feel you on that one, Mason. I shit you not. Half the time, I'm going up to my address bar to type to go to Twitch, and I end up at Twitter. And half the time, I'm typing to go to Twitter, and I end up at Twitch. Yeah. And that's the story of how I accidentally made a second Twitter account.
Yes.
I thought I was logging into Twitch, and I accidentally made a second Twitter.
Yep.
That's how fucking blonde I am.
I was sitting here watching this unfold, being like, what are you doing?
I almost always have my screen shared with her when we're on a call together. So she's just watching me make this account. And she didn't bother to say, Zach, you know you're making a second Twitter?
Well, I did, but you were like halfway in because I was like, wait, what's happening here?
Nothing. There was no.
Excellent.
She just sat there and watched me burn. He said it.
Excellent.
All right. Mason, some of the really, I mean, well, you already got the big reveal, but now you get like the world after the big reveal. And let me tell you, things are going to be a little bit different from now on.
Yeah.
I hope you sorry about that, everyone. I should have muted my mic. I forgot to. I'm still waking up. I need my caffeine in the morning. I didn't get it. So, but at least I do have some brownie. So that makes everything better, right?
Yes. Chocolate makes everything better.
Who needs caffeine when you have chocolate?
Well, there's some caffeine in chocolate.
Very, a little.
Yeah. It's passable. He said,
It's
I would have
there's so little in there that they don't even have to put it on the label, Caitlin.
Yeah.
I would have a go at you for teasing me, but after what you've endured, you can tease me. Oh yeah, and really quick,
Yeah.
everyone, before we get started on my read, on Twitch tomorrow we're going to be doing a long stream, doing a live watch of Mason's newest installment of the Bleeding Ground. There's going to be commentary. There's going to be drinks. We got it's going to be a good
It's
time.
gonna be a whole thing.
It's going to be super fun. We should have advertised it more, honestly, but we're bad at this whole marketing thing. You know, we're creative, not business people. So hey, if you see this and you like me and you like Mason, and how could you not like Kate? She's just a little ball of sunshine. Go over to If You're Feeling Adventurous Twitch, hit the follow button, or just bookmark the page if you don't have a Twitch account, and come see us tomorrow. I think what time are we going to do it, Kate? Noonish?
Noonish. Yeah.
No, it was a little early. Did I Mason? Did I say noon? Bleeding Ground Volume 4 EOT.
He said about 12:30 your time. Oh yeah. 12:30 your time.
EOTC. Oh, you devilish bastard. That one's going to drive me nuts.
You just put the acronym for the title of the thing. I know what it is.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to say. No.
Yeah, I know.
He says, excellent. Excellent, Brussels.
Enough about the blind get. We're here to talk about the garden. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
The Garden of Lies, Chapter 22. Down to the slab. I wake up to Sendus, the innkeeper, tapping my face. It's dawn. Rise and shine, young wolf. Sorry to wake you with bad news, but you owe me for the bottles. I glance over at the bar from the seat I passed out in. Damn. 4 empty bottles. I fish the coin out of my pouch on my belt and hand it over. Ah, excellent. Right as rain, then. Breakfast will be ready soon. May I suggest freshening up in the stream? The cold water would do you well, I would wager. He says, friendly as can be. I nod and decide to take him up on it. Out back, the cold water of the stream washes over my face and helps clear cotton from my mouth. Sin joins me after a few moments. How do you do this all the time? I ask in a croaking voice. Lots of practice, he says nonchalantly. That's sad, I inform him. Is it? Eh, fuck it. He takes a few more gulps of cold water and stands to head back inside. I'm not far behind. Facts, Mason. The tables inside the common area are starting to fill with guests, but I know most of them. It's a pretty small inn considering it's in the capital. Amnes and Tenna walk in together and join me and Sin at our table. Tenna sits next to me and gives me a hug. I lightly hug her back, but my heart isn't in it. I'm pretty quiet, but the table is alive with speculation and anticipation over the trial. We don't have much longer before we need to head out. I notice, between my depressed nibbles of food, Class removes a vial from his coin pouch and drinks the contents. He notices me watching and winks. I wonder what that's about. Kira is wearing the fancy war skirt that Gendir made her. But the beads are all gone. When I inquire, She says she's removed them so they weren't damaged or lost. Her strong legs are beautifully framed by the cut of the fur and steel armor. The pleasant sight helps to pull me out of my dour state, just a smidge. As much as last night sucked frosty penguin nuts, I realize I have to try to hold my head high and lead this pack of delinquents to victory. So I shovel my remaining food into my face, slam my head on the table as I stand, and firmly announce, time for war. Tenna plans on watching the event from the stands. The trial is the most popular spectacle in the Empire. Many citizens travel, even from far-flung locales, just to see a few days of it before heading home. It's a pretty big affair. So, with Tenna in tow, armor and weapons donned, and stomachs full, we finally march to the trial of war. When we start getting into town, it makes the hustle and bustle yesterday look like a ghost town by comparison. I see alphas from the other nations directing their teams. Single entry contestants like Sin stride with purpose and confidence. My group heads for the lake on the northwest corner of New Eden's walls. When we start getting close, I see at some point massive wooden bleachers were moved into place overlooking the man-made lake. Viewing from those stands is free. The shamans want the citizens to come and watch the subtle show of power. I'll be rooting for my favorite puppies, Tenna says. She walks up to me and gives me a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Then she walks over to Amnis, grabs her around the waist, and kisses her on the mouth, much like she did me in my house a while back. I quirk an eyebrow. The sight is utterly intriguing and obviously arousing. They part after a few seconds. Amnis turns Tenna around and swats her backside, sending her on her way. Tenna playfully giggles as she goes. I knew it, I say, looking Amnis in the eyes. And you would too, she says, a smile on her face. I shrug my shoulders. Yeah, not gonna lie, I would. I smirk and notice my gamma's still staring. Rehinge the jaws, boys. Let's go. Bodies to break, spirits to crush. That snaps class and stir out of it. I have to motion with a hand to prompt Stir to swat Myrrh upside the head, which finally gets his attention. I would normally do it myself, but acting my part is taking everything I have. No spare energy for theatrics. Indeed, Mason. Sin broke off to head to the southwest lake. So just my pack heads with me to the gathering place. They must have drained a bunch of water. Now, near the bottom of the lake, a massive stone slab, if I had to guess about 20,000 square foot of concrete, rests above the water line by a foot. One of the retaining walls is made of concrete steps that lead down to a ramp which bridges the massive slab to the steps of the retaining wall. Shifters are gathering on the steps. It appears that's our seating for the opening ceremony. With a wave, I motion my pack over, and we join the flow of bodies. There stands in the center of the slab a lone shaman, male, middle-aged with black hair, wearing gray robes. But from here, that's all I can make out. It takes another 20 minutes before the gathered shifters, hundreds of us, have gathered on the steps and settle in. After a few more minutes of waiting, for what I do not know, the lone shaman on the slab raises a hand in the air. On his cue, a procession of shaman begin filing down the steps. Dozens gather in neat rows behind the man in the center. I count 100 shaman who descend to the slab. Once they are all in rank and file, the one up front begins. Greetings and salutations to the children of Magnatoris, the warriors and citizens of Garden. We gather on this day, the eve of the 607th summer, around the lakes of New Eden, to bear witness, once again, to the birth of the most elite warriors our empire has to offer. The trial of war is upon us, where patrolmen and town guards are weeded out from masters of packs and prides, where hatchlings are separated from Stormforged and Komodo dragons. Here, we see what the men and women of the shifter nations are made of. Shortly, we will announce the first part of the trial. But before that, as we do every year in accordance with tradition, a recital of the history of our garden. He steps off to the side, and another shaman takes his place. Eons ago, in times now forgotten by story and song, our distant ancestors, the humans, were brought to this world. Saved from perdition by the creator god itself, Magnatoris, they were brought to this strange world, along with the creatures and plants of the world that had forsaken them, to be given life anew on this, our new Eden garden. Then, once we were here, Magnatoris divided the humans into 3 groups. The chosen, which it deemed the best of humanity, were blessed with the essence of Magnatoris itself. Thus, the first shaman were born. The second group, the worthy, whom the Creator deemed fit and capable warriors, craftsmen, and who were of sufficient spirit. Into these people it fused the essence of the beasts of the land, air, and seas. The worthy were the ancestors of the shifting clans. Finally, the third group, the Forsaken. Those humans who the Creator brought here to labor beneath their betters, for they lacked the mind, body, and spirit to be blessed with gifts as fantastic as it gave to the rest. But even the Forsaken were given a gift. Magnatoris blessed them with bodies stronger, bigger, better able to heal than the humans who came before them, so they may better serve us, the children of Magnatoris. The shaman finishes the recital of the history of Garden and returns to his place in the group. I remember hearing that recited at ceremonies when I was a kid. The shamans spread it like holy dogma. I understand now how they use their theocratic government to control the minds of the people. without ever dream-smithing them. They use the religion of the Creator God to justify their tyranny over humans. Before the archive, I didn't like the government. Now I hate it. The first shaman retakes center stage. Excellent. Now, on to the rules of this year's trial. This year's trial will consist of several stages and events, designed to test combat abilities, as well as the ability to lead and to follow. However, before any of that can begin, we must eliminate the chaff. Our competition today shall begin with a battle royale. He pauses to allow the masses to cheer. I'm optimistic about my pack's odds in such a scenario, depending on the exact rules. The cheering dies down for almost a minute. Or the cheering dies down after almost a minute. The shaman seems amused for some reason. I would not celebrate so soon if I were among you. For you see, we are in search of the truly elite this year. We will be bringing you down onto the slab 20 at a time. Only the winner of each group will move forward into the trial. Your names have been randomly mixed into groups of 20 to decide the initial groupings. You will be deemed having been removed from the running if you are rendered unable to fight or forced from the slab into the water. However, when you are knocked out, do not leave the arena. Report to the shaman at the east end of the bridge. He will instruct you further. The shaman gathered behind me will be gathered at the borders of the slab and will be patrolling it during the conflict to proctor. The rules of engagement are as follows. 1. No deliberate killing of your fellow warriors. 2. No deliberate maiming of your fellow warriors. 3. Obviously, attacking the proctors is strictly forbidden and punishable by immediate execution. 4. Failure to follow instruction from a proctor is punishable by removal from the trial and further punishment. 5. Once you are thrown from the arena, you are done, unless otherwise informed by a proctor. 6. No weapons of any kind. We will now begin announcing names. When you are called, stand and proceed down to the slab. He begins his roll call. Damn. To think only 1 in 20 is going to make it past the first day. That is insane to me. There has to be a reason. I hope my pack is able to make it through. It would really suck to have some of us make it and some not. But with odds like these, I don't see how it could possibly come down that all 7 of us make it. Well, the board is set. All I can do now is play the game. God damn it, I lost the game. All I can do now is play the game. Best not to dwell on long odds. So I decide to sate my curiosity and distract myself from guilt instead. So, you and Tenna, I say casually to Amnes next to me. She shrugs her shoulders. It's just fun. We're friends who like to wrestle naked. Uh-huh. So, how is Tenna when she's wrestling naked? Amnes considers that for a second, a look of remembered excitement on her face. Vivacious, sultry, and slightly feral. Amnes's grin makes me think the word slightly is being misused deliberately. I smile, genuinely happy for my friends. Then a thought strikes me. You wouldn't happen to know why they call her Slab Cat, would you? Ugh, she hates that nickname. Apparently, in feline towns, slab is slang for bed. And Tenna, well, she is less selective than me or Kira, where partners for naked wrestling are concerned. Ah. You know, she came on to me one night, I remark. I know. She said she wondered if you liked boys. I throw my hands up in exasperation. I swear all my friends think I'm gay. I don't, boss. My eyes go wide. My head, and those of all my other friends as well, slowly turn. Class is watching the proceedings with calm interest, a subtle smirk on his lips. Class, I can talk. Yeah. When? How? What? I ask, utterly bamboozled. He looks at me slyly and pulls out the vial I saw him drink at breakfast. Engio referred me to an expert alchemist here and outside. This herbal elixir speeds up my thinking and bridges the gaps made by the injury. So, you're smarter now? He grins at the question. I'm stupid faster. I stare at him for a moment. All of us are in disbelief. And then we start laughing our asses off. Usually it's Murr who hits us with the quips and jokes. Murday hugs class. I reach over and ruffle his hair. Hope for you yet, class, I tease. Thanks, boss. The shaman has announced most of the names. My ears perk when I hear him call courageous Claspin Kavat. Class stands with confidence, and I am reminded again of how much he has grown in such a short time. He's all but a different person from the boy I knew before the Festival of the Hunt. He hands Murr his short sword to hold and shuffles past us over to the stairs down. Give 'em hell, class. He turns and looks at me. Hell, boss? Damn it. Right, they wouldn't know what hell is. I've got to be more careful. Sorry, Star Tongue for Void. Picked it up from a shaman somewhere. I managed to sell the lie. He smiles and nods and goes to the slab for battle. 2 more names get called before the name that destroys all hope of class winning his group. Akupara Titan, the shaman calls. They put war shells in with us canids? That's just mean. I scan the crowd and see the war shells stand, dwarfing those near him. I do not look forward to the day I meet a war shell in battle. The shaman is at the end of his list, if I manage to keep count right. Mad Wolf, Dolge, Thorn. Oh, fuck. My friends all look to me, a mixture of emotions on their face. The general theme is, damn, that sucks. I sigh as I stand and begin removing my sword belt. I have the worst luck, I tell you what. I hand Pogs my blades. He gives me a sympathetic smile, and I turn to struggle against fate. I just hate this. Even if I somehow manage to win, class gets knocked out. All that training, all that travel, almost got eaten by Ripjaws for this. I am the last name called. The gathered shaman on the slab begin dispersing to stand near the slab's edge. I walk to join class near the middle of the slab. He nods when he sees me, and we clasp wrists. A grim understanding passing between us. At least we won't lose each other as friends over this. Talk about rotten luck to the core. Right, boss? I nod. No words coming to mind to adequately convey how fucked off this makes me. I find myself sighing to breathe out some of the stress. Mindful breathing is a stress management skill Engiel taught me before the mountain. Now that the mountain is shut off to me, gotta go back to the basics. The realization dawns on me now for the first time since last night. I'm gonna have to fight without the mountain. I'm gonna be in pain. I really do not like pain. I find my heart rises at that realization, and I try to steady myself as best I can. You okay, boss? Class has noticed my unusual demeanor. Damn. Without being in the mountain, I must be showing my stress on my face. 5 by 5, class. He gives me an odd look. 5 by 5, boss? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. How much of what I learned in the archive is just going to randomly spill out of me? These references from Earth are going to get me killed if the wrong shaman hears one and recognizes what it is. Never mind, I say dismissively. I really can't think of a way to explain that one away. Please put some distance between yourself and your fellow warriors. When you have adequately dispersed, we will announce the start, and you may begin the battle. The official shaman's declaration makes me just that much more anxious about what's about to come. That's backwards. Hang on, I'm sorry. I have to fix that really quick. It's supposed to be the shaman officials. The official shaman. What the fuck? How did me and my editor miss that? What the fuck? The shaman officials. There we go. Declaration makes me just that much more anxious about what's about to come. I flex my body and take bestial form. I see Class and many others do the same. Me and Class exchange one last glance between friends and comrades, and we walk away from each other. Neither of us should be the one to put the other out. I settle on a spot where I have a few dozen feet from myself and any other shifter, and a few 100 feet from the edge. Aku is standing in the dead center of the slab, his hands on his hips. He challenges everyone here to take a crack at him. I admire the man's confident bravado. A few shaman have moved away from the edge and paced through the dispersed shifters, scanning and taking mental notes. I don't know if it's coincidence or an unconscious choice, but even the shaman give Aku a wide berth. My mind flashes to a memory of Engiel teaching us about war shells. Their skin is thick and hard, and their brute strength is unmatched. Of all the shifters, they are the most dangerous to a shaman, hence why most war shells are designated to hunting down criminal shaman. The war shell military even has a special corps for them, the Mage Breakers. May Magnatoris guide you. Begin! The slab erupts in a flurry of motion. I stand still and use my senses for all they're worth. No one is going to manage to get behind me unless I get distracted with an opponent first. If that happens, I'm just going to have to hope I can contend with both of them. The first of my opponents is charging me. A snake from the reptilian nation. His eyes are amber and slit. His skin is a pale reddish color. He moves oddly, deceptively fast. When he reaches me, he begins jabbing at me with straight fingers, hoping to pierce me with his claws and poison me. We dance for a few seconds until I've gotten used to the way he moves. Then I wait until he throws a repeat of his slowest strike. When he does, I catch his forearm and spin. I outweigh him by 30 pounds of muscle at least. He goes where I say he goes. I slam him into the ground with a loud thud. I would pick him up and toss him from the ring, but a war dog has spotted me. Here comes the next contestant. I kick the snake's head, hopefully hard enough to knock him out without seriously harming him, and turn to meet my cousin Shifter in combat. The war dogs have a lot more variety among them than my people do. This war dog resembles an earth husky, light gray fur and blue eyes. I wouldn't have before the archive, but now I half expect to see a curly tail behind him. He does not waste a second in pressing the assault. He assumed he caught me off guard because I was kicking the snake around. He underestimates his enemy. He jumps and begins coming down with a double slash of his claws. I crouch and roll under his feet before he lands. By the time I have risen and turned, he is advancing on me again. He's fast, maybe a bit faster than me, but he's a snail to Amnes. One of the best ways to fight opponents who are faster than you is simply doing it over and over and over again until you have developed a sort of instinct for movement, an intrinsic understanding of how fast opponents move. Once you have that, countering that speed becomes more like a rehearsed dance than fighting. He begins a series of slashes and palm strikes. It's one of the fundamental sets taught in canine combat, but he's honed it to near perfection. Still, he follows the set as it's taught, which makes him utterly predictable. I wait for the jab I know is coming. His weight will be just off center to the left leg. The jab comes. His form is flawless. Doesn't matter. I duck in and close the distance, and then I jump onto his frame and sink my teeth into the trapezius muscle of his right arm. With a shake of jaws, I elicit a pained, screaming howl. I get my legs between the war dog and myself and use him as a launch pad. He goes to the ground on his back, clutching his right shoulder. I land on my back as well, but use my momentum to roll to my feet. Just as I feared, I got a little too distracted, and someone jumps onto my back. Must be a canid or a feline, because long fangs sink into my right shoulder. I instinctively reach for the mountain when the blinding pain reaches my senses. In my mind, I touch it, and a shock of cold runs through my body. Back so soon. I recoil violently, both physically and mentally. I take a second to recover, and my attacker is still on my back, apparently trying to rip my arm off. I reach my left hand over my head and grab a stubby muzzle, sinking my claws in as far as I can. Then I jump for all I'm worth and come down on my back. I hear a few popping sounds when I land. Freed from my enemy's jaws and claws, I scramble to my feet. Some sort of tiger shifter. His muzzle is bloody with both our blood. His fur is orange and black. He stands, and I hear some more popping sounds. I think when I landed on him, I forced his arms into their first socket. His arms are a bit shaky, which supports that theory. Without his arms, he won't be able to defend against me, so I don't waste time. Pressing the advantage, I rake him apart with my claws for a few seconds. Cease! Disengage and find another opponent! I hear a shaman call. I look around, and sure enough, he is pointing at me. I throw my hands up and back away. Now a bloody mess of wounds. The tiger is done for the day. When I reassess the slab, most of the competition is gone. I think I count 9 others left. I make 10. No enemies near me, so I have a moment to look for class. When I spot him, I am impressed. He's engaged in a 3-way fight. Looks like a feline and a chameleon are his dancing partners. They all equally try to find openings when the other 2 are engaged in an exchange. Fighting multiple enemies is not a canid specialty. Class is doing well for the training and experience he has. The feline has been seemingly weary of fully committing to the fight. He just pesters my friend and the lizard to tire them out. So whoever wins is easy pickings for the cat. The strategy proves a success. Class gets a claw around the throat of the lizard, then leg sweeps him. The lizard tries to catch himself but falls into the water as he stumbles back. And that's when the cat strikes. A flying heel kick to Class's shoulder blade makes him fall into the drink right alongside the lizard. 9th out of 20 elite warriors, Class. You should be proud. But now I have to go kick that cat's ass on principle. I sprint as fast as 2 legs will take me. When I pass Aku, I see him grin at me and nod ever so slightly. He's standing exactly where he was when we all gathered here. Not one person has challenged him. I'll fix that. The defense of reputation and intimidation don't work on me. But first, the cat. When I reach the lion, I see he collected a few wounds for his trouble so far. Someone used his right arm as a chew toy from the looks of it. He's either lost a lot of blood or I am far out of his league. Could be both. Either way, it only takes me a short series of palm strikes and slashes, and I have forced him to the edge. A palm strike to his solar plexus sends him flying into the water. I see Class treading. I howl, and he howls back. But I don't have time for any more reverie than that. I barely turn in time to see a war dog charging me to tackle me into the drink. He has the momentum. I know how to use it. I jump clean over his head and then kick my legs out. I'm not sure where my kick landed, but I hit him. Around the time I land belly down on the ground, I hear a satisfying splash, accompanied with a string of curses. Congratulations, war dog. You played yourself. By the time I stand back up, it's just me. Aku still in the center of the slab, and one fox in the far corner from me. I'm winded, so I take my time in a nice leisurely stroll to meet my remaining opponents. The pain in my shoulder is horrendous. I had all but forgotten what pain felt like. I forgot one of Ngio's first lessons when learning the mountain. Pain is a lesson. Ignore it at your own peril. I don't know how, but the fox seems to have managed to completely avoid combat of any kind. He's untouched. I know why Aku is untouched. Must be nice being so scary looking no one screws with you. I guess my array of fancy scars and crazy eyes aren't cutting it. I stop facing Aku at an... I stop. That needs to be... I need a comma there. Facing Aku at an angle. The fox steps up and faces us, and 3 of us form a triangle. Me and Aku exchange a glance, each of us wondering whose job it is to get rid of the fox. He shrugs his shoulders. Oh, come on, man. You've just been standing there. I'm tired, I say. The fox gives me a look like I'm mad. Oh, if only he knew. I guess you are right, Aku says with a light chuckle in his voice. When he begins moving towards the fox, you can see the dread building in his heart. The fox knows this is a battle he cannot win, but he doesn't let that stop him from loosing a terrified war cry and charging Aku head-on in defiance. Aku literally swats him down to the ground with an open-hand slap. I'm honestly a little shocked I didn't hear the fox's neck snap. Valiant effort, fox. Too bad you never had a prayer. To be fair, though, my odds are not a hell of a lot better. My shoulder is in rough shape, I'm tired, and Aku is fresh and would constitute a major obstacle on my best day. Perhaps this is for the best. Perhaps one of the earth religions was right and there is a God. And perhaps he has orchestrated things to free my path to overthrow the shaman. And perhaps the archive has made me even more insane. Who knows for sure? Not this guy. Aku turns to face me, and I take steadying breaths to load my blood with as much oxygen as possible before the action begins again. Aku is not a man of words. He begins striding towards me with nothing but a nod exchanged between us. I try to run scenarios through my head as fast as I can. I'm faster. I have better senses, and my claws and fangs make better weapons than his own claws, which are barely more than a thick human fingernail. But in this situation, my advantages don't matter. I can't run. My claws and fangs probably can't make it through his skin, and I have to beat him to win. The more I think of it, the more I am convinced there is only one way I beat him. I use my seconds for everything they're worth, using deliberate breathing to restore as much stamina as I can. When Aku gets within arm's reach, he grabs for me. His form is good, but he's just too damn slow to catch me. We dance around for a while, and I am thankful to realize he is so slow I can avoid him without too much effort. I occasionally claw at his arms or exposed torso as he tries to grab or hit me. Just as I thought, his bone-like hide is so thick even my best strikes only draw tiny trickles of blood. He would have to stay still for me to bleed him out. Being slippery won't win this fight, Aku says to me. Funny, I told your mom the same thing last night, I say between panting breaths. His eyes widen and he screams in anger. I guess mom jokes hit harder where he's from. He doubles his efforts to catch me, and now I have to work to avoid him. I wonder who's going to get exhausted first. So far, my plan is working. He doesn't seem to be paying any mind to where I am leading him. The onlooking shaman appear to be rather bored with the spectacle. I think they've already written me off. Another minute or so of dancing. I finally get close to having Aku where I want him. I turn my head to check something really quick. He seizes the small opening, and between the opening and my exhaustion, I prove to be just slow enough in the moment for him to seize my neck with a massive hand. He lifts me into the air until our eyes are level. I'm struggling for air as I grasp his wrist. My legs dangle helplessly. A decent effort, but now it is over. It's not over till the fat lady sings, I say on reflex, gagging for air. He cocks his head to the side. What? He asks. I'm quickly realizing this archive knowledge is going to be a problem. Oh, forget it, I choke out, defeated. Then I kick him as hard as I can in the testicles. All at once, his grip goes slack, his eyes go wide, and he shouts in pained surprise. I don't let go of his wrist, though. Instead, once on my feet, I pull back and fall. He begins to fall on top of me, so I put both feet out and catch his stomach. I use the momentum of his fall to roll on my back, and when I'm on my shoulder blades, I strain with all my might and push off into the air. He flies just a couple feet, but it's enough to put him over the edge of the slab. He grasps and reaches for the edge, but only gets his very fingertips on it, and he falls helpless into the water. I kicked him off with so much force I actually rolled all the way over and almost fell in myself. I scramble away from the edge, clawing at the ground to get my thighs back up onto the slab. The crowd has begun shouting and whooping. It's mostly the civilians, but some of the warriors are at it too. Once it's just my feet dangling over the edge, I stop and just breathe. The cool air near the concrete surface feels nice. I relax and revert to human form. A shaman approaches me. Stand, warrior. There are many brackets yet to go. Seek medical aid at the top of the steps and then return to your seat. Right. Okay, I say as I struggle up, my arms and legs shaky as I ask them to take my weight. Moving is such a chore. I miss the mountain more by the minute. The shaman points to a tent that has been set up at the top of the steps. I see a few other warriors going to it, some with the help of a buddy. Class is waiting for me, sitting on the bottom step. He rises to greet me, and we start up together. That was inspired, boss. Don't brown nose me, Class. It was a cheap kick to the nads. Yeah, but the drop flip after? Inspired. I chuckle as I shake my head and march up the steps. Glancing around, I pass over a section of the wooden bleachers and then do a double take. Angel is in stands, along with Bastion, Roxy, and Ren. They all sat down with Tenna. I wonder when they got here. Why did they come to watch? They would be able to find out all the details just by asking around after the fact. Are they keeping close tabs on me out of fear? Or is it something else? I reach the top of the steps, and some medical assistant shifter directs me to an empty bed, where I wait for several minutes before someone comes and examines my wounds. They clean and stitch it up instead of using shaman healing. When I ask why, they tell me to wait till the end of today's event for the answer. Interesting. By the time I make it back to my friends, the next bracket is already fighting. We talk about me and Class's fight and compare it to what is going on now. Murday got called down for this bout. He does pretty well for a while, but he failed to pace himself, got too tired to defend, and is the 13th person knocked out of the ring. The day goes on as brackets get called down to fight. Pogs and Amnis are the only two of my friends who managed to win their brackets. Kira came so close. She was in the final 3 for hers. The 2 bastards teamed up on her to throw her out, which I kind of feel is cheating, but hey, this is war. I notice a pattern develop as the day progresses. The more impressive fighters and those who have been making near the most and those who have been making it near the end of their brackets have been returned to the stone steps to wait for the end, while the rest have all filed out to who knows where. A theory forms in my mind while my friends discuss the fine points of each of their turns in the battle royale. Every now and then, I glance over to where Angel and Tenna sit. My thoughts wander to Angel pretty frequently, despite my best effort to stay focused on the event. My guilt won't leave me alone. Plus, what Chaos said to me. He said I need to stay with her. Does that mean if I lose her, the Dark One will resurface? That thought horrifies me. My head turns so fast to the side I sprain my neck. His laugh in my ear terrifies me. You okay, Dolge? Kira asks. She must have seen my head snap over my shoulder. Yeah, thought I heard an itch. Wait, that's not right. I mean, I had a noise. Fuck. She laughs at my seemingly benign slip of the tongue and returns to her previous conversations. Meanwhile, I sit here paranoid about demons in my brain and looking like an insane moron. The final bracket wraps up, and a little over half of the shifters have returned to the stands. We've been sitting here for about 5 hours. Finally, everyone has fought. When the last shifter has returned to their seat, the proctors all file up the steps, leaving just the announcer remaining on the slab. He takes center stage again. Well fought indeed, warriors of the Empire. Now, you may all be wondering why you had been asked to return to your seats, even when most of those who remain here did not win their bracket. The answer is simple. All who remain here have been selected to move forward. I knew it. We wanted you to give this test everything. Now, as for your unhealed injuries, we are leaving those with you to simulate real wartime conditions. A shaman healer will not always be available, even to a well-equipped military unit. You must learn to war with injuries. Now, tomorrow morning, same time, gather here and we will announce the next part of the trial. Dismissed. My friends are all cheering, hugging, and generally celebrating that we all managed to move forward. I'm happy for them too, but I find myself too anxious to celebrate, even for appearance sake. The Garden of Lies, Chapter 22. Down to the slab.
Yes.
Now, my favorite part of doing these streams, I'm going to go back and read all of Mason's commentary, and no one can me.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I have been posting his live tweets on screen.
Yes, I've seen you do at least a few of them. Thank you.
Because it's always better with his live tweets.
Dude, his live tweets are almost better than the content.
Whatever.
Little dude left him to sleep. Yes, dude, I shit you not, Mason. That is something real life Wes would 100% do. Like, you could, if you drank with that dude at a bonfire, he could see you pass out in the grass by the bonfire, and he would never think to drag your ass inside, unless someone was like, "Should we drag him inside?" And then Wes would be like, "Oh yeah, probably." I love that dude. He was sick. There's a reason I left his ass outside at the beginning of the book. I have a
tempered steel.
My liver is Novlum steel. Nothing can defeat it. No room at the inn. Is that, I can't tell if you're making like a biblical reference with that, or if there's another reference that I'm not getting here. Because I mean, I'm sure that, I mean, there's been like a million stories where there's no room at the inn. So like, but I mean, there's
my guess.
There's some room at the inn. I mean, it's biblical. Not completely full. So, she does. Kira does have beautiful. In fact, Kira is just all around a smexy girl. Shaman bastard. They're all bastards. Well, and Jill's okay. And Red Das is okay. And Zadok is okay. So they're not all bastards, but most of them are bastards.
Most of them. Yeah.
That's brilliant because I was going to say it.
Intriguing. It was a funny way of spelling arousing. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It says no, it was a Bible joke. So yeah.
It was a Bible. Oh, okay. Never drain lakes. That's how you find bodies in washing machines and lots of condoms. Gross.
Yep.
Quick, they're in one place. Kill them all.
Right? Like, I'm not George R.R. Martin.
Right. It's like, I'm not RR. Nope. We interrupt this trial of war for fake news. Facts. And now for your daily dose of state propaganda. Right. Enjoy, citizen. Stop lying right to our faces, shaman bastard.
Oh.
Wait, this raises a question for me. Did Adam explain how shifters came to be and I missed it? No, he did not. You'll just have to wait for that.
Yeah.
Got 3 words for you, Dolge. Gunpowder, treason, plot. Guy failed, but you won't. I mean, did Guy Fawkes really fail? Did he really? We call this the Garden Rumble. Let's get ready to rumble.
Yes. Yes, he is better than Martin. I agree.
If we don't deliver, well, listen, the shaman are pricks. If you so much as scratch one of them, you're liable to get tortured for a few days. Like, they're assholes about it. Fuck yeah, Dolph gets Angel and This gets Tenna. Amnus defo getting the better at. That's debatable. It's debatable, Mason. I for sure thought you were going to have that last until book 3 for the emotional payoff.
With class.
Oh, with class. Yeah, there's too much other stuff going on to have drawn that out for that long. And there, obviously class would want to be 100% for the trial. So it made sense that he would seek a remedy as fast as possible. Mm-hmm. So, and do remember too, it's not that he's fixed. It's that he found a Band-Aid solution.
Yeah.
It's a temporary power-up, Mason. He said, well, fuck, damn, that sucks. Great minds think a lot. Caitlin, what was this about?
The previous comment. Because when he was, well, fuck, damn, that sucks, and then everyone was also looking at him like, well, fuck, damn, that sucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Him needing to fight without the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got him. Because he's been relying on that. You got to remember, he's had that since he was like 14.
Yeah.
He's now 17.
And
yeah.
In garden years.
You get used to doing things a certain way, man, and it can be a pain in the ass to break out of habit. Yeah, gives more weight to this while also having a legit reason provided by the plot.
Yep.
Yeah. See,
definitely.
I'm good like that.
Yes.
As I eat brownies with my mouth off of a plate.
I mean, what else would you eat them with?
Your hand?
Now that just sounds weird. Like, what are you, Carapane?
I eat you with my mouth hand. Little mouth hand.
Your little mouth hand. Yep. I made a garden joke.
That is accurate. God, that is accurate, Mason. Yes. Dolge got a healthy heaping dose of planet Earth history. And there's more to what Dolge does and doesn't know, even beyond his exposure to the archive. You'll get to that in later sections of writing.
Yeah. Yep. Because when I was first reading it, I thought it made for some very interesting ramifications. Because I was like, oh shit. Okay, because not only is he just saying stuff off the cuff that would reveal that he's had this download from the archive, but fighting stuff that might have leaked in and could have possibly gotten him in trouble had somebody seen it. I was like, oh no.
I wish I thought of that one out. Damn, why didn't I think of that? Dodge pulling off some wacky kung fu shit all of a sudden, and Shaw would be like, "Wait,"
because that's what I was thinking was going to happen when I first read it. I was like, "Fuck, no." I was sitting here with my laptop because you sent the art to me, and I was like, "No."
why didn't I think of that? I would have had to have a little side plot where Dodge assassinated a fucking shaman before he could snitch.
Right? Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, especially because you said the whole like, if they attack a proctor, that it's immediate execution. I was like, oh no.
The archive presented very interesting ramifications.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what the or not was about, Kate?
The comment about dramatic tension. Yes. Dumb Mason, you forgot about Bowser. Yeah.
I never thought to compare my war shells to Bowser.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. I can just see him with the fucking mohawk thing.
Oh my god.
Oh god. I wonder if the name Bowser is trademarked.
Maybe not.
I could still have Dodge nickname him that.
Yes, you could still have him make reference to it. I mean,
oh god, Mason, that is brilliant. If I don't remember to put that in the third book, I have failed you, my friend.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, because he says Dodge is so gonna make that reference in book 3 now, isn't he? Yes, he is. Thank you, Mason.
It's too good not to. Oh my god. You know what? No. I'm just going to have...
Perfect.
I'm going to have Dodge, anytime he interacts with a war shell, he's not going to call him by their name. He's going to call them either Bowser, one of the names of the Ninja Turtles, or one of the names of the Battletoads.
Yes! Yes!
Or Gamora.
Oh my god.
It's like, yeah, okay, Gamora, go fight Godzilla or something.
Right.
What? Earth shit, never mind. So funny. How funny would it be if the fox was like, fuck this, and threw themselves into the water? I thought about doing that. Mason, I shit you not. I was this close, like a hair's breadth from doing that. The only reason I didn't do it is, first of all, because the selection process to even get to the trial of the war is pretty stringent. So really only really high quality warriors make it there in the first place. And second of all, it is an extreme dishonor to demonstrate cowardice in combat in this culture. So that would be tantamount to that fox signing up to throw his life away. That one action would like follow him for the rest of his life. And so it was like, it wouldn't really make sense, especially when he knows he's not going to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was very tempted to do that for the comedy of it, but ultimately I decided it was too conflictory with the world building.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. My sinuses are fucking with me. Things may have worked out better had the fox been more competent. That was one fox that was not wily.
Yes.
Video game dodge. Let Bowser run himself into the water. I mean, it worked with the husky.
Right.
Or not the husky, with the I didn't say what kind of dog the other one was. But yeah. It's just about what you can get away with which opponent, Mason. You got to remember, Akupara, he's a character with a name, and so he's not a complete chump. That's how that works, Mason. See, I should check the next comments before I. Oh no, there it is. So that'll well done. Dick kicker. Hey, I admit it. I did what I had to do to win.
Yeah.
Halloween will now have to fight each other. Gladiator rules. It was a Bibble joke.
Yes.
Okay, no, Kate. Remember, he's better than Martin.
Yes.
Yep. The House of Parliament are still there, so I get that. It's not as funny when it needs explaining. Just crushing the brownie up in his hand, and then indulge. Do you know what a 1-inch punch is? You are
being arrested. Oh my gosh.
You really wanted the "Are you taking him out or me?" joke between Donatello and Dolge. I love how
yes.
Like, wait, oh yeah, Mason's in on the bit now. This is just how now.
Yes.
I did. I really, because they're not like old friends or anything, but they're buddies. They sat down and had beers together and had a funny moment at the pub. They're chill. So of course they had that moment pass between them, like, all right, whose job is this to get rid of the chaff? That's just how that's just how that goes. Really. Alrighty, everyone. As always, thank you so much for being here. And
great.
Not as always, but I am gonna plug, because I don't do it enough. We have merch, So if you want some sweet canceled merch to show how much you hate the cancel cultures and the radicals, peoples that be ruining the things, all that shit is down in the description. Go check it out. We got Freedom. Do we have Justice canceled up yet, Caitlin?
I think so.
Well, we have a lot of We have a lot. Insert X canceled up. Okay, so just go check them out. If you like making statements in funny, sarcastic ways, they're good shirts. Unfortunately, like the quality of the craftsmanship, the actual shirt isn't that good, but we'll work on that.
But we are now working with Shopify, so all of our new stuff is going to be on our Adventures Publications website, and they're all Bella Canva shirts, so they're all super soft and bougie and actually silk screen printed. So the craftsmanship just got an upgrade.
Okay.
So you guys can go check all of that out. I'm getting everything switched over, upgraded. Plus, there will be new stuff. So, yeah.
Facts. And of course, the most important thing is share this playlist around. Really, really helps us. You have no idea how much it helps us just to help share my work around, get people's eyes on it. Leave a comment on the video, like the video. It helps a lot. Sadly, it doesn't look like we're going to make 1.5K subs, but oh well. Okay. I wish we had a second Mason to be in the live chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mason. If we could just find like 5 or 6 more Masons, man.
We should clone him and make a Mason army.
An army of blind, sarcastic Brits.
Yes.
God help us all.
Feel like, yeah, the world would be a better place if there were more Masons.
Indeed. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. All right, everyone. As always, I am the real fat Mason.
I am the real fat Mason.
I mean, but you lost all that weight. Are you even fat? Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Your job to be hard on you.
He's like, I'm not hard on myself. I'm very soft. I said I was fat.
He says, I'm all fluffy. I got more man titty than Zack.
No. He's like, I keep them right here. I'm just kidding.
Right here. So ask and sweet. Oh, man. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Welcome to Garden. Look to the skies, traveler, and all those goodbye things. Mason, I prob's got more titties again. I doubt it. Oh, man. Oh. All righty, everyone. I keep saying already, like I'm gonna hit the end button, but now I'm really gonna do it.
Just for real this time.
Remember, if you're envious of any group for its membership, its accomplishments, its prestige, just remember that group is still made up of humans. And now you shouldn't envy that group so much. Dun, 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 dun.